Hey guys, it's Casera, and today I'm going to be doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag. So this is a tag that I love watching. I love watching people do it. I feel like it's one of those tags that just literally never gets old. And it's been like about 10 months or so since I started my channel, so it's been almost a year, and I have so many videos planned for like the next couple of months that I figured this was just like a really great time to do this tag. So I'm so excited about it. Got my iPad to consult for the questions, so let's get into them. Question number 1, a popular book or series that you didn't like. So for that one, I'm gonna have to go with Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. So many people love this book. So many people love this book, and I had such high hopes for it. Like, I wanted to love this book also because it's the type of book that I would like. It's adult fantasy, it's about assassins, it gets really dark, but I didn't enjoy it. I really wanted to, but I never got attached to the characters. I didn't like any of the characters, and I think what really hurt me with this book is the tone and the atmosphere of the book, because it has a very joking or like almost satirical tone, but the emotions that it's trying to portray are a lot darker and a lot deeper, and the atmosphere just didn't fit with all the other themes that this book is trying to talk about. So like that aspect of it, I really didn't like. While I still want to continue on with the series because I just feel like there is a lot of potential for it, I did not enjoy this as much as I wanted to. Question number 2, a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate, but you love. For this, I'm going with the Lightbringer series by Brent. I don't think everyone hates this, but at least on BookTube, whenever I see someone talking about the series, it always has negative connotations. Like everyone that I follow on BookTube seems to hate this series, and I love it so much. This is like one of my favorite series. I love the atmosphere of the series. I love the characters. I love that they're morally gray. I love the world building. I even love the really fast-paced writing. I love pretty much everything about this series. Plot doesn't always work for me, but I do really love this series, and every time I pick up one of these books, I am just so happy about it. So I love this series so much, and I don't understand why it gets so much flack. Like, I don't understand it. Like, every time I get into one of these books, I just like feel a smile coming on my face because I just enjoy it so much. So yeah, I really love this series. Question number 3, a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you didn't like. So I feel like this one can be a lot of spoilers, so I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. And I'm going to be switching to YA for this one just because I feel like love triangles don't happen that often in adult books, and usually I'm pretty happy with the couples in the adult books. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about YA now. And for this question, I'm going with the Grishaverse trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. If you guys have read this, you know what I'm talking about. She had so many options, and yet that happened. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I wasn't happy about it. Let's just put it that way. Question number 4, popular book genre that you hardly reach for. So this one is actually interesting because up until like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have answered with horror because I like almost never read horror. And then this month I've read so much horror and I love it. So it can't be that. And then like before that, I might have said sci-fi, but the month before I started reading a lot of sci-fi. This year in general, I've read a lot of historical fiction. So like, I feel like my reading tastes have really grown this year, but I think a popular genre that I still don't reach for often is mystery. And I love a good mystery. But when I read mystery, it's always in a fantasy setting. So I love good fantastical mysteries, but I don't ever reach for like just pure mystery novels. I don't think I've ever read a pure mystery novel. Thrillers, sure. Horror, sure. Like I said, fantastical mysteries, definitely. But just like a pure contemporary mystery novel, I don't think I've ever read one. So yeah, definitely mystery. Question number 5, a popular or beloved character that you did not like. So for this one, I'm gonna be reaching back to last year. Last year, I read The Lunar Chronicles, and I did enjoy The Lunar Chronicles, but I hated Captain Thorn. Oh my gosh, I hated him so much. Like, I almost didn't finish the 3rd book in the series, Crest, because of Thorn. I didn't like anything about him. And I feel like most people love him as a character because he's kind of like funny and quirky and all of that, and those are all the things about him that I hated. It just didn't work for me, and I wanted someone else. I just wanted to cut him out of the series entirely, and then I would have loved this series. But yeah, I did not enjoy Captain Thorn. Question number 6, a popular author that you just can't seem to get into. And for this one has changed also a lot recently because I feel like my go-tos last year would have been like V.E. Schwab or Sarah J. Maas, but I feel like I'm actually like getting into some of their books now. Previously, like I couldn't find anything I wanted to read. Ditto with Stephen King. Like last year, pretty much every book by him that I read I didn't like, and then this month I read 2 of his books that I absolutely loved. So I think I'm going to have to stick with Neil Gaiman because I've actually read quite a few of his books. I've read American Gods and The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I did not enjoy either of them. I read both of them last year, and then this year I read The Graveyard Book and Coraline. I actually enjoyed both of those. Those are his middle grade books, and I actually did like both of those. They're like not my favorites. They were solid 3-star books for me, but I enjoyed them. And then the other one this year that I was just really disappointed by was Good Omens, which is by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett together. But I was really hoping that I would like it because everyone seems to love that book, and I just felt very meh about it. Like I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it while I was reading it, but like I said, I didn't have very strong feelings about it either way. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Neil Gaiman on this one. And which is really sad because I want to like him. Like I really want to like him. It hasn't happened yet. Question number 7, a popular book series that you have no interest in reading. I feel like this has changed a lot too recently because my original answer for this in my head has always been the Throne of Glass series. And then I read Crown of Midnight a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I kind of want to read it now. So like I'm giving the Throne of Glass series a try. So I think for this one, and might surprise a lot of people, I'm gonna have to go with the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. I don't know what it is about this series. I think because like it's about a wizard set in Chicago. Like even though like it's a very popular adult fantasy series, just that setup of it makes me just turned off from it. I don't know why. I don't feel like reading it. So yeah. And like there's no other reason for it. Like I'm sure it's a great series, but there are just so many other series out there that I really want to read that one just doesn't appeal to me. Okay, and the last question. As the saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? And for that one, I'm gonna be going with The Magicians by Lev Grossman. So I actually did really like the book. It wasn't one of my favorites ever, and I think the first book I only gave 3 stars, while I gave the second and third books I think like 4 and 4.5 stars, but the show I actually really loved. I loved the way it was adapted into the show. While I haven't finished all of what's out of the show so far, just the first season comparing it to the first book, the show is so much better, and I really enjoy the show. So definitely recommend the show for this book because it is really good. So that's all I have for you guys. So let me know what your answers to the questions are down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I post frequently on this channel, so consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.